They have not started yet, even though Reynor is very eager to start. Ready, 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 ready. Kid, ready, ready, ready. He went back and looked at Max vs. Hero banger. Yeah, Masters Colosseum was good. I think tomorrow there is another day of Masters Colosseum. Clem is hitting Reynor with the chill out. And Reynor says he doesn't have all night. Honestly, that is a lie. Reynor does have all night. He has nothing else to do. Oh, that's good. Woodford, baby. The Woodford Reserve. Wow, so far all the points have gone on Clem. No Reynor believers at all? Come on, guys. My kid is fired up. Let's do it. Grand Finals of the European Pro Tour Weekly number 210. Which means Roddy has been covering this tournament for 190 weeks at this point. The first 20 editions I was mostly playing and traveling. It was right before COVID. After that, I just decided to always cast it, and I've never missed one. I've only missed some because of StarCraft reasons, never other ones. Maybe we've done like 185 or so.
Let's get it on.
So I did miss a couple, but you guys know what I mean.
Round 1, fight!
In the bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of Der Rekordmeister, which is a German word for someone who has won more than anybody else out there. He has won this tournament 62 times, I believe it is. The one, the only.
Liquid Clem.
61, 62 times, or whatever it is. In the top left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who has won this tournament maybe 15 or so times. In the top left side, we are looking at the main base of BASILISK Reynor. You know what? Let's get the facts straight very quick. As obviously at the beginning of the game, we won't miss anything. ESL Open Cups, Europe overview. Here you guys. This is a very cool page. In case if any of you guys are interested, I will link it. Clem has indeed won it 62 times. Reynor has won it 16 times. Sounds similar, but it's not that similar. Here you guys go. Here's a link. Clem 62 victories, Reynor 16 victories. If Reynor wins another one, he improves his tally to 17. And he overtakes Showtime. Fun facts with Roddy on Thursday evening. I hope you guys like it. Any Reynor believers yet? How are we doing with those channel points? Okay, we're getting somewhere. 430,000 points on Reynor, 600 and something thousand on Clem. I think we can wager millions on this, guys. With this many nerds here in the chat, and such a fun series with a great opportunity to get some channel points, I think we can break a million. And we can play that song from, is it Lil Wayne? A milli? Standard opening so far here on Hard Lads, as Reynor is going up to 3 bases and Clem is sending his first Reaper to the other side of the map. My shoulders and my neck and my back hurt a little. I've been covering so many freaking tournaments, which has been fantastic. I've been having a lot of fun with it, but also because of Masters Colosseum, I wake up every day at 9. And I know some of you guys are going to have a heart attack when I say waking up at 9 is a thing. You'd be like, hey, you're fucking lucky, I wake up at 5. I know, guys. But I also stay up late, because there is stuff that I need to do in the evenings for my job. So, it's been a pretty long week. Honestly, the entire month of January so far has been very filled with qualifiers, tournaments, and some ladder streams here and there. Headbanger redeemed serious prediction about the upcoming match. I will gladly give it to you, mate, but I'm going to wait 4 more minutes until the channel point prediction is over. Is that okay? And then I will give you my honest to God prediction for this best of 5 tonight. Winner of the tournament gets 200 buckies. The runner-up of this tournament gets 100 bucks. If I make the prediction right now, I feel that some of you guys are going to be annoyed for me pushing the vote in a certain direction when there are this many points on the line. So I will wait a couple of minutes. How many of these per year? The same amount of weeks that we have per year, maybe. And I believe that we have 52 weeks a year, as one of the Hellions dies to a drone, by the way. Okay, good defense by Reynor so far. Killed a Reaper, killed a Hellion. Is going to lose maybe one drone in the main. Saves the first one, saves the second one too. Reynor is cooking. Clem is angry, so he wants some real damage, and he's going to rally a Hellion number 3 and 4 as well. The wheels are coming off a little bit here for Clem. That is an uncharacteristically poor start for Clem, guys. Clem has lost a Reaper and 3 Hellions, and he killed 1 drone. Reynor, his Archon practice is starting to kick off. Or kick in, rather. That is amazing defense by Reynor. That is as good as it's ever going to get against Clem, guys. So, to answer your question, mate, I believe we have 52 weeks in a year. I used to think it was 56, but pretty certain it's 52, which means there are 52 weeklies a year. Nothing ever stops the weekly. Besides Battle.net not working, then the weekly does get stopped. But other than that, there is always a weekly. Oh yeah, yesterday I also stayed up till like 11. After Masters Coliseum, I casted 35 PvPs in a row between Naji and Liot. 2 guys at 4,900 MMR. Friends, teammates that wanted to settle their little friendly rivalry. And they decided to play a best of 45 of PvP against each other. You guys can take a look at the VOD. Now obviously when I say I casted, I kind of mean that I was just here watching the games, observing and hanging out. But that was an experience. But honestly, it was pretty fun. Shout out to those kids. They did a good job. Cloak Banshees and Hellions are going to work on this hatch. I don't think that we're going to get it though. So far, Reynor still bulletproof in game 1. 6 minutes into Heartlet. I think by now I can safely talk about the prediction, because the prediction will be over by the time you guys hear this take. My honest prediction is that I think Clem wins this series. I know Reynor is getting better and he's starting to look really damn good. And he's off to an amazing start here. And I know he's fired up. But if you would put a gun to my head right now and I have to predict the winner of this best of 5, I think Clem still has a tiny bit of an upper hand. Not a whole lot, but I think Reynor is really gearing up for Katowice, and he's getting better and better, and he's becoming scarier and more intimidating for everyone to play. But every single day we get closer to Kato. But I think at the moment I still give a tiny edge to Clem. In game 1, Reynor is off to a fantastic start, and if Reynor wins on Heartlet, a map where Terran players pretty much always beat Zergs, could very well be Reynor's night. Clem is gonna stim forward, get on top of a queen, gets both of them very quick, gets out of there. The Hellions are not done yet either, and Clem finally gets some drones that he's been waiting for. Question is how many? We make it 5. We're gonna tuck the Hellions in between mineral patches and the extractor. It's a nice round. Don't forget about the Marines. Reynor did not forget about the Marines. Clem did not forget about it. And Roddy didn't either, guys. I just wanted to show you guys how many drones we got. Did you see Clem's world against Shin this morning? Yes. I have casted every single game of the Masters Coliseum so far. So, yes, I saw those games. And I will keep on covering every day of Masters Coliseum. It's been super fun. No, the statistics I showed Banana Stand are only for Europe. But you are correct. There are 52 weeklies for every region. America, Korea, and Europe. Clem has never won the Korean one because he never really plays in it. The ping is too high. He has won America quite a few times. Kid is gonna stim forward and grab another queen, and this is obviously a very scary moment for Reynor, guys, to deal with this many stim marines. That hatchery dies immediately. The Ravagers were not ready. Baneling speed is not ready. +1 melee and +1 carapace is not ready. And even though Reynor had a very good start, Clem looks strong as ever here. 8.5 minutes in. The guy with the gun is still pretty fucking good, eh? Reynor went for like a bit of a mix, right, between roaches, lings, ravages, but was not ready for this very committed attack. Does have a whole bunch of units out right now, but the Banshee is gonna show up again. The tanks will fire, and Reynor has 88 drones, has the center base. I think Reynor is in trouble. This might be a moment where it goes a bit better, because we have +1 carapace now and +1 melee. And Reynor said, this is the moment that I believe that my units can get a much better trade. And it is right before a lot of the reinforcements of Clem show up. So perfect call by Reynor to go for it right on that moment. Look at this production tab, by the way, by Clem. Can somebody let Clem know? Tweet at him, DM him, write him on Snapchat, I don't care. But can somebody let him know that he's ruining our viewing experience with too many fucking units and upgrades at once? What is this? Half of my screen is covered by stuff that Clem is building or researching. The big tournament in Poland, in Katowice, is coming up in less than 3 weeks at this point, I think. Well, 13 more days and then 8, basically 3 weeks from now. 3 weeks from now, we are starting, I guess, because it's a Thursday, and I guess the tournament starts on Thursday. So I guess I'm already in Poland at that point. Is that how it works? I assume that's how it works. Home Story Cup is, as a couple of banelings get sniped by the way, but Clem obviously needs to get out of here. Home Story Cup is 1 weekend before TwitchCon. And TwitchCon, guys, is happening in the most fucking glorious city on this planet, RotterdaM. So if any of you guys have plans to attend Home Story Cup, might be worth considering, if it's within your budget, to extend that stay and hang out a couple days in RotterdaM as well. Whether you actually want to attend the event or not is up to you. But I think being in RotterdaM in that weekend is going to be awesome. It's summer, hopefully the sun is shining. Hopefully you guys don't get the real Dutch summer experience, but hanging out in RotterdaM when all the big Twitch streamers are in town, it could be very fun. Clem still pushing in the center of the map. Reynor is waiting for these Vipers to show up. +2 melee is on the production tab, +2 carapace, close to finishing up. We are maxed out. They had an absolutely fantastic game on this map a couple of days ago in the WTL Codas Grand Finals. This one seems like it's a little more Clem favorite so far, but Reynor is battling. Is it good enough to bring it home? There's a couple of Marines died to a Ravager ability. Maybe Reynor's trying to bait out another stim, and that's the moment he goes for it, as stim is going to run out. Clem is going to be forced to stim again. Medevacs on low HP. Widowmine friendly fire is big from the Overseer. Parasitic Bomb is big as well. Look at those Parabombs. I don't hate how Reynor handled that, guys. So far, so good for the Italian Stallion. Widow mines are connecting with the roaches and drones. I'm distracted by Coco in the chat. I know you got him on speed dial, Coco. You don't have to send any emails. I wish I had Clem on speed dial. It takes 24 hours before Clem even responds to me. I think he was just out of time the other day. Few of the queens get picked off. 9 queens in total have gone down as we are still battling over this base in the center of the map. Reynor's supply is not as high as Clem's. Reynor does drop a few more parabombs, but this micro by Clem is very good in splitting off those units. And he gets the hatchery that he's been working so hard for. Reynor down to 79 drones. What have we got over here? It's nothing. I thought I saw some blue, but that is just me being an old man. The combination of tanks, stim bio, and widow mines in the center of the map is a very difficult one to deal with. Reynor forgets his Reno, but remembers when Roddy sees this. I mean, Reynor has been under a lot of pressure, so I don't know if I really want to call it a mistake. But yeah, if the first ultras are out and kindness spreading is close to finishing up, we probably could have already had it. Seemed like that was a decent Widowmine connection. Reynor is under an immense amount of pressure, is forced to cancel that base, will cancel it. Gonna rebuild it again for the 3rd time in 12 seconds, but Clem is still here. That Terran army ain't disappearing, and it's not even the most intimidating Terran army out there. Like, Reynor should be able to eventually... Oh my god, so many sensor towers, by the way. I'm actually triggered, guys. It takes a lot for me to get triggered. Triple sensor tower, 13 minutes into the game. There's a couple of tanks going to siege up. Ultras have kindness now, so that should make all of this go a little bit better. Parabomb goes down again. Most of the medevacs will fall, and this is definitely a kind of fight where the Ultra can shine. But the biggest problem is that, A, we lost our overseers, so we can't actually kill all of these mines. That is frustrating. Another big problem is, guys, that fighting near a planetary is going to be incredibly difficult. Now, there was no planetary here yet. There's no planetary here either. Yeah, Reynor did not feel like he could continue pushing there. Both players are spending every single penny they have. I don't think a collab is on the menu, Red Winter, but If I can get a picture made, oh baby, would I be happy. But I don't think we're gonna collab anytime soon. Clem microing his final few units. Medevac is basically out of energy, so you probably want to stop because the next stint could really hurt. Or Widowmine friendly fire could blow up half of this army. Even a fungal would kill units now. And that says a lot, guys, because fungal doesn't kill often. Lings, Banes, and Ultras on the edge of creep. I'm gonna try to connect with this army one more time. Army is so low on HP. Makes you wonder, right? Is it possible for Reynor to get a tiny bit of a wraparound? So far, all of the units are coming from the top side of our screen. I'm afraid that is just not going to be good enough because Clem's micro rarely fills. Maybe he got a tiny bit too far forward there. Can a Widowmine deal friendly fire? Boom, boom, tiny bit. Barrel bombs again on top of this army. Yeah, that planetary that wasn't done earlier is obviously done right now. It is a sick game again between these two. We're about to see that whole lot for the second time in this game. Unfortunately, guys, Reynor has lost his overseers. So after a big fight like this, he cannot clean up all of these mines. There is a Sharking Infestor that is going to try to maybe do something, but such a shame for Reynor that all those Widowmines are still here. This quadruple sensor tower. Yeah, you guys are right. Not 3, but 4. Too many. We have a Burrowed Bailing. One Burrowed Bailing over here. I love it. Use it. Oh, you can use it here. No. Somehow Clem avoids it. As the scan goes down, another Bailing gets revealed. Reynor needs to land fungals. Where is that Sharking Infestor? We only have one out on the map. It is chilling near the Zelnaga Watchtower all the way on the right side of the map. But the fight is now happening on the left. The ghost count is getting high. Ghosts are tanky. The Widowmine count is high too. The Widowmines definitely do a good job in suffering up these ultras. Reynor needs to spend every penny that he has to even stay alive. Clem is starting to gather a bit of a bank. That Infestor is coming in though, guys. Jaws. Not Jaws. Jaws. Fungal lands on a couple of Marines. Is that good enough for Reynor to make something of this fight? It is a lot of Terran units dying. But there are even more Terran units showing up, especially from the right side. The Marauder count is high. Ghosts are just so freaking tanky. It feels like they never truly die. I know that the Ghost often says, never say die. But I think what it actually meant to say is, I never die. Ghosts are very good. And that is going to be the end of a 18-minute game where Reynor had picture-perfect defense against the first Hellions, and the Reaper unfortunately was not totally ready for the Marine tank follow-up that happened over here. And from that point on, it obviously felt that Clem was in the driver's seat. Reynor made him work for it. Maybe if we had a couple of overseers a few times. The plus UG. Plus UG. Obviously Reynor just meant to type GG there. I am personally a big fan of the GG. That is one of my favorites. But Clem takes the one lead. Game 2, however, will be played on Equilibrium. And I know I told you guys, expect Muras. I think we're going to see some Muras here. Yeah, the kids were absolutely going for it. But game 1 goes in favor of Clemo. However, that was a very good Terran map. That is the map that Terran players pretty much always win. Next game, Equilibrium. That is the map that Reynor did win against Clem in WTL Code S. But he also lost it once. Yes, I know. Before anybody corrects me. I know he did. He won it once and he lost it once. Why no more mass ghosts? We were getting there, mate. We were getting there. One ghost at a time. I just saw that Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid is coming up. Banger. We might pay a little attention to that. I love Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid. It was great in Saudi. They played the Spanish Super Cup in Saudi. Had like 8 goals. It's probably not happening tonight. Game 2. Reynor versus Clem on Equilibrium. This is the map that is very wide open. And obviously has the mega base. So you can make a few more mutas than you normally can. You can make a few more banelings than you normally can. And hopefully that will spell great things for Reynor. Fun first game, very action-packed, where both players had their moments. But this man took the game by its horns when his marine tank push showed up just a little bit before Reynor wished it would have showed up. And he got some great trades, got the queens, got the hatch, and from there on out it was not smooth sailing, but it was good enough.
Round 2, fight!
This is the one and the only.
Liquid Clem.
Top left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who signed up with one mission and one thing that he was truly aiming for, and that was to duke it out with Clem today. He got what he wanted. He wrote it in his Discord. He was ready to meet the kid, and he's meeting the kid in the grand finals. Top left side, Equilibrium, Basilisk, Reynor, the Italian stallion. He's currently in Italy. Since a lot of you guys often ask, where's Reynor right now? Is he still in London? No, he hasn't been in London in forever. He will probably never be in London again because he did not like London. He does live in the Netherlands, but he's not always there. He kind of just alternates between the Netherlands and Italy. When he wants to be alone, he's in the Netherlands, and then he just kind of chills. If he wants to have some fun with the family and hang out, then he's in Italy. Yeah. You do one thing slightly wrong and you lose against Clem. Yeah, you're not wrong. That really is what it often comes down to at the highest level. But the same goes obviously for Clem, right? When he goes up against other world-class players, especially in TVT. We saw Clem lose against Maru in Masters Coliseum. To win, you have to do 15 things right. I mean, it's not like what Clem is doing is easy. Because if we would watch Reynor against Gabe, the games look completely different. And we all think that Hero Marine is a very good player. We look at Reynor against Spirit, the games will look very different. We saw Reynor beat Beyond yesterday, or the day before, Masters Coliseum. We saw Reynor beat Cure. Clem is an absolute fucking animal. But so is Reynor. Reynor is gonna take the natural where he's supposed to take it. But the third base is going to be the mega base. Does Clem have some evil plans with a couple of Cyclones and Hellions, perhaps? As we see that factory come online very close to that barracks. Well, it's not online yet, but it's being built. Produced, one might even say. Wouldn't be shocked if Clem wants to open up 2 Cyclone into 4 Hellions here. I think that's something he kind of enjoys on this map. You don't see anyone beating Clem besides some TVT? MaxPax beat him 3-0 last week. In the previous edition of the weekly, MaxPax 3-0 Clem. Clem is not going to open up with Cyclones like I thought he might, but he's instead just going to open up with Hellions. We've got a 3rd CC being built in the main base as well. We're probably going to see Clem be a little more cautious with the Hellions than he was on Hardlet. Probably he lost 3 Hellions and a Reaper for a single drone. Isn't he with Skillless? How is he alone? Well, mate, it might be shocking. However, there is this thing called separate rooms. You don't always have to be in the same room as the other person you live with. And Skillless is also not exactly the guy that's gonna invade your room 24/7 and ask you to party. I don't know if you've looked outside the last couple of days. I want to be in Italy too. I was outside this morning when it was snowing. I thought it was beautiful. The only thing that sucks about this snow is that I cannot play any padel because I play outdoor and the courts are unavailable. Oh, I need to be careful here. That wasn't a very easy stack. It's only queens. I don't think Reynor cares too much about it being a bit foldy here. Queens are in position now. That is a mistake by Reynor, but Clem doesn't go for it. Almost seems that Clem thought this might be bait. It wasn't bait. That would have been a great moment to just click these Hellions past these queens. Obviously Clem already off to a better start here. Yeah. There is a Liberator that's gonna head into the main. And Clem with oh my god, we have no Spore and no Queen in position. There's no Queen, guys. That Liberator is going to be incredibly annoying for Reynor to deal with. Reynor hasn't seen it yet. He's gonna see it now. We'll end up losing 2 drones as he saves the third one. 6 save. Very difficult to save it against a Liberator shot. Saving it against a Stalker or whatever, that's easy. But saving it against a Lib is not easy. Clem is gonna move this Liberator. Every single time you move your Spore, he moves the Lib. And he's still in your face with these Hellions. This time around, maybe the Spore is gonna get a couple of shots off as Clem is battling the Queens here. Okay, Clem a little bit late with the on siege, but oh my. It is unfair when people like Clem that are this incredibly quick and good also get a little bit fortunate. Do you think we will see peak Maru in Katowice given the performance so far in Masters Colosseum? I think we'll see a very good Maru, but I don't know if we're gonna see peak Maru, because peak Maru is pretty fucking high, right? But yeah, I think that Maru will obviously still have some nightmares occasionally about what happened in Poland last year in February. So I'm sure we're gonna see a very good Maru. It is a good patch for Terran as well. But I'd still be surprised if he wins it all, to be completely honest. He has never done it. At a big foreign international event in Atlanta, didn't look all that hot. But I'm sure we'll see a good Maru. And semi-final should not surprise anybody, as these Hellions are going to get surrounded by a lot of links, but it's not quite the perfect surround at first. Oh, Reynor loses so many Zerglings. The drones are being transferred. Clem is going to get 2 of them. And now we have 4 Hellions in the main base here on Equilibrium. And this is a very good Zerg map. And Reynor has the mega base, but he's just been taking a lot of damage so far. Being down in workers against Clem in a 7-minute game. Reynor is not happy with this, guys. So far, Clem is just getting the best of him with these early game skirmishes. It is 10 Hellions that have died. Yeah, that Liberator has been repaired. Obviously, Clem got a bit lucky with that one. Now Clem is gonna unload. Reynor is in trouble, man. 11 Queens, 30 Links. They need to be in the right spot, but you also need to worry about the Liberator. So it's Marines and the Liberator at the same time. Spore Crawler is going to move. Queens are gonna try to get on top of it, but the Liberator will move too. Clem is about to enjoy 1-1 with Stim and Combat Shield, as Reynor is still working with 0-0. Does have a base advantage, obviously. We are looking at 4 base against 3 base. We are looking at mega base against no mega base. But these numbers don't lie. Clem has lost 12 units and killed 78. Now I know that in a TVZ you can say like, yeah, but Zerg always loses a couple links. Yes, that's true. But 12 against 78, that's rough. Bench President saying, hey Roddy, I appreciate the cast lately. Alright, thank you. I have been doing it for a lot longer than lately. But I'm glad that you're enjoying it, mate. That makes me happy. Clem is here with a lot of Marines and Widow Mines. Drilling Claws on the production tab as well. Reynor is in crazy amounts of trouble. He does have Bailing Speed. Can we get some sort of surround? Can we get some friendly fire with an Overlord? He's flying. But Clem is just going to stand here, gun down a lot of these Banes. One more Overlord to absorb a Widowmine shot. Reynor is trying to sneak out a couple of Hydras, but he needs them right here, right now, more than ever before. Creep is about to disappear, by the way. That is problematic for these Queens, as there are still a couple of Widowmines here in the mix. We do have an Overseer this time around. But Claymore is looking good. He's going to kite. He's going to snipe some Banelings. And eventually, after he's happy with his trade, he's going to pick up and leave. Reynor has lost 1700 resources more in a 9-minute game. We're about to deal with a double drop in the main. There are a couple of Widow Mines here as well. We have Spore Crawlers, but if the Spore Crawlers die, the detection is going to disappear. There's only a single Overseer at the moment, guys, on the map. And the Spore Crawler will get targeted down. Very smart by Clem. Reynor is going to morph another one. Does have that one Overseer here. How good do you think Oliveira will do? If Oliveira makes playoffs, I'm already proud of him. If he makes top 8, I think it's fucking fantastic. If he makes semi-final, I am actually gonna take some tap water or whatever water that they have in Katowice and send it to a laboratorium and see if they can figure out what the fuck is happening over there. And if he makes it into the grand final, I will get an Oliveira tattoo right here on my arm. Flip it, ship it, it's a promise. If Oliveira makes it into the grand finals again, I'll get an Oliveira tattoo on my arm. Maybe not here, maybe here, somewhere, but I will get a beautiful portrait of Painan somewhere. Or just his name pine on, maybe something in Chinese, but I will get a tattoo for that man. And you guys can clip it all you want. And you know what? I'd be fucking happy if he does it again, because it'd be so cool, so hype, and so crazy. I will take that tattoo with a smile on my face, baby. Reynor is doing a good job in hanging in there, but hanging in there is obviously not good enough against Clem. Our hive is a little bit late. We don't have a whole bunch of mutas flying around. Does not seem to believe in the muta today. Clem shows up right after that hatchery got killed or cancelled and kills it again. That is painful. And not a few hundred minerals down the drain. Both of them working with 105 plus army supply, but Clem is now even building command centers on location because he just knows that he's got Reynor on the ropes. He has forced Reynor at this point to do nothing but defend. And that means that Clem has consumed the map, and he's honestly making Equilibrium look like a pretty good Terra map too. And of course he's gonna get his hands on the mega base as well. He's gonna get that income boost. He doesn't really need it as he's maxed out. He's got upgrades, he's got bases for days. It is all Clem so far, guys, in game 2. If Reynor wins this, I'd be incredibly surprised. And I know it's a little bit sad when the commentator says that, when Reynor has 200 supply and has a bunch of bases, right? It's just that Clem is way further along to the path where he would like to end up than Reynor is. Clem never thought he would be in a spot this good 12 minutes into the game. We have the 3-3 upgrades on the right. The hive isn't even done yet. Clem has a better army at the moment, a stronger army, and he is pushing back creep. So yes, the numbers may look close, but the game doesn't really feel all that close. We are now resorting to mass Hydra, as we have a tiny drop in the natural and nothing in the main. Yeah, I guess Hydras are good in killing Widow Mines. I am a bit surprised that we haven't seen any Ghosts yet. Ghost Academy is done. No, I'm not doing any promises about forehead. I don't mind arms tattoos or leg tattoos. I already have one tattoo, once related to a StarCraft 2 promise. It's on the bottom right side of my right leg. Nobody really sees it, and if you do see it, I don't care. I'll gladly get an Olivera tribute if he makes it to the final. But I'm not gonna make a stupid promise like on my forehead or on my neck, because that's just for idiots. Sorry if you have one, but I don't have very strong opinions with anybody that tattoos anything on their forehead. I'm sorry, man. Not for me. But hey, to each their own. I know that I shouldn't judge, and if it makes you happy, so be it. But I strongly advise against it. I hope I can say that at least. No way you will do that? I will absolutely do that, mate. I have a tattoo on my right leg that says the word passion. And that is because Lilba won that tournament in Katowice. I made a promise back then with the man from Blizzard, Mark Olberts. He had a passion tattoo. And he said a non-Korean will win this tournament. And I said, I really don't think so. And he said, if a non-Korean does win, you get a passion tattoo as well. And I said, sure. And Lilba won, and I got it. If Olivera makes it to the grand final, I will not mind a cool tattoo related to Time or Olivera. Is a legal leg offline? It wasn't earlier. But I never said on my forehead. I said on my arm, maybe somewhere else, but not on my forehead. I will never make that promise. I'm not that dumb. A couple of infestors do get picked up. The third one gets picked up as well. So the era of the Sharking Infestor may be here. But Clem has seen the movie Jaws a couple of times, and he is not intimidated. Splitting up his army, he's going to get a lot of Marines and Marauders to take out this base for the 5th time in this game. At least, guys, Reynor is now a high-tech Zerg, has Adrenal Glands. Well, some Infestors might get a couple of Vipers too. I don't know about Mass Hydra against Terran. Feels like that's not really a thing, but what do I know? I don't think it's really what Reynor wanted, but it's probably with the way that the game has gone. And he just kind of felt that, okay, for me to survive and stabilize against all these damn bloody Widow Mines, what I really need to do is get a whole bunch of Hydras out. And that's why we are here right now, looking at a Reynor with 25 Hydras. The fungal does not really connect, as the modern day fungal is a little bit harder to land. It's a bit slower. And anything that is slow has a hard time connecting with anything that belongs to Liquid Clem. Tramp stamp fit? No, I'll pass on that too. This may come as a surprise to a lot of you guys, but the lower back of me is not the sexiest part of my body. That is not something that the world needs to see. If I ever go to a pool or a beach, I'll make sure no pictures are taken. Because I have dedicated my life to this video game, okay? I have said too much. Did not have enough time to really take care of my body like that. I've given my heart and soul to this game and this stream. A couple of Marines and Ghosts. And with a couple, I mean a whole bunch. We do have one flanking infested, by the way. So that fungal does kind of connect. But yeah, the fungal doesn't really last all that long. It would be massive if... Okay, that's a sick one. Is that then good enough to take out this army? No, it's just not. We have one more fungal, but fungal just kind of tickles Terran units, guys. The day and age where fungal actually kills units is not really here. I think they went maybe a bit overboard with the fungal nerfs as well. And there was a day and age where we would have never said that. This fungal used to be ridiculous, but in this era, the modern fungus is kind of like, it's there and then it's gone. It's there and then it's gone. Clem takes the 2-0 lead, wins on Equilibrium after an absolutely fantastic start where he was just getting the best of Reynor. And yeah, you fall behind against Clem. It is fucking hard to turn things around. That goes for pros players, but it goes for Zerg players too, guys. Clem is ridiculously good at the moment. Indeed, DJ Perplexer, Alex. That is correct. He's got the passion tattoo on his arm, or I have RotterdaM. He's got passion, and I ended up getting it on my leg. If you guys have gone to Home Story Cup, you probably have seen it. I don't think it's very cool, but I'm also not bothered by it. It's just like, well, I made a promise. I'll stick to it. And I am a very passionate individual, so the tattoo does not bother me. No. How's the resources lost? I'm sorry, mate. The game is over. That hairy? No, I'm not a very hairy person. I'm just a little out of shape, my friend. But I'm not very hairy. I mean, if I was, then you guys could see that. Like, I could be like Ben, you know, where the hair is like popping out of my chest. But no, I don't really have that. Don't have very hairy arms. I'm just, I'm not as fit as I would like to be. We are working on it, but it's a slow process. Doing my best though, guys. Doing my best. I think Roddy already has a tramp stamp. No, I don't. I have two tattoos. The Passion one and the RotterdaM one are the only ones I have. I have always, not really dreamed, but I do like having a sleeve. I think it's kind of cool. But I've just never really found something that I'm like, really passionate about or committed to. And I don't want to get a whole bunch of random ass tattoos just to have a sleeve, right? I feel like if you get it, you need to get stuff that you're really into, that you're like, yeah, that looks awesome. I can't really think of anything. I thought in the past of having some sort of a timeline of places where I live with some like buildings or structures from RotterdaM and then Cologne and then Los Angeles. Like I thought something like that would be kind of cool with some clouds and the Hollywood Hills, something like that. But you know, now that I'm back in the Netherlands, I'm like, fuck LA. LA sucks. Glad I didn't do that. Remember when Fongo had no projectile and it was instant? Ryong remembers. And Sniper remembers as well. Time to Ling Bane bust. You know what, mate? At this point, I don't even hate it. It feels that this weekly tonight belongs to Clem. I don't really see Reynor win 3 in a row. I do hope that he at least gets one. Maybe if we get one, we can get a second. I think winning 3 games in a row against this Clem on these maps, in this meta, is almost impossible. You can obviously trade maps here and there, but how can he out-trade the Terran if he plays defensively? I don't think the plan was to play defensively, mate. I think the plan was to have a strong start, get a good economy, and then be out and about and be in his face. But it turns out that when Clem is off to a good start and he's got you on the ropes, he's not going to let you go. Hello, Benny. You're fucking bad these days, I know, mate. I keep on watching that stream and I see those hairs go everywhere. It's amazing how much hair you have on your chest and your arm. Really makes you wonder what happened to that head of yours. Can't they do something about that, Benny? No Basilisk tattoo yet? No, not yet. But hey, if Basilisk continues to be this fucking fantastic to me, I would... Honestly, I wouldn't hate that. They are... I've been with Basilisk for over a year at this point, and I think a lot of you guys know, but I've shared it a few times that recently I had a conversation with them. They said they were very happy with me, and they said I can choose a 1 year contract extra or 2 years, and I said 2 fucking years, baby, let's go. So very happy with that, and if it continues going well, then maybe one day I'll do it, because I do think our logo is cool, and I think Basilisk is awesome, but at the moment, it's a little bit early, you know. It's like when you're dating a chick for a year. Are you already going to tattoo her name on your arm? Probably not. But maybe after a year or 5, who knows? Where's Naniwa? He was actually in the Twitch chat earlier today, mate.
Round 3. Fight.
We have loaded into a great Terran map that is a site Delta. In the top left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who is 1 map win away from victory number 63. In the European Pro Tour Weekly. He's becoming a little bit of like the Djokovic of the weekly, you know. Djokovic has to win every fucking Grand Slam out there. Doesn't leave anything for anybody else. And this kid just keeps on winning weekly after weekly. The one, the only.
Really good, Clem.
Bottom right side, the man has been very eager in the lobbies to get these games going. Unfortunately, not the grand finals he was hoping for so far. I wouldn't say that he's playing bad at all. He's obviously had his moments. It's just that it's a tough matchup at the moment for the Zergies as well. And Clem is playing amazing. Can we find our way back into this best of 5 and turn this into an epic finals? This is Basilisk Reynor, aka Jack Frost. Basilisk logo on forehead would look great now. As much as I love Basilisk, I will never tattoo anything on my forehead. I would, honestly, I think I would rather die. I know that's very grim, but no, I would not want anything on my forehead, mate. My forehead stays the way it is. I'm not saying that it's a very pretty forehead, but we're gonna keep it tattoo free, matey. Clem opening up with a 2-Rex Reaper over here, as he's already building the command center. No weird hidden 3rd Rex out there. Important for Reynor to obviously not lose a drone early on. Wow, I'm surprised that he was able to morph that into a... That's crazy, actually. That interaction really surprised me. Because I thought the Spore Crawler was blocked by the grenade, and then I also thought that once the grenade went off, that the drone would be flying. I don't know. Maybe I'm making shit up, but I'm surprised that he was able to morph that into a Spore. You never do tattoo names? Absolutely not, mate. Never do that, guys. Definitely not the name of a city. Only an absolute idiot would do that. You like the Nanima MaxPax theory? It's not a theory. Guys, MaxPax is just a kid, okay? He's just a Danish kid. We talked to him. We have interacted with him. We have seen him grow. We've seen him go from a regular ladder player, a very cheesy one, into a world-class player. There is no need for theories. Just not everyone wants to have their real name and their face plastered across the internet. Like, it is not that crazy to believe that some people out there don't like that. A lot of us don't care. I obviously don't care. I've been doing it since I was young, but I also do not find it all that crazy. Because I don't think anybody can really look at modern day society and be like, yeah, I want everybody to know everything about me. The world is a pretty crazy place. And I hope obviously one day that, you know, he is comfortable enough to just be open about who he is, but I don't know if that is what is stopping him, but if that is what it is, then I think it is somewhat reasonable. Clem has gone for 2 more Rexes, guys, as a follow-up. And we have a 4X Combat Shield and Stim. Reynor, is he aware of this, guys? Well, he's gonna see Marines move out, and he probably thinks, holy fuck, that's a lot of Marines for a 4-minute game, so he needs to crank out as many units as humanly possible. Maybe set up a tiny... No, there's more units. It's too many Marines already to engage. Reynor now just trying to buy time. Stim is about to kick in, guys. I do think Reynor can clean this up. Like, this is annoying, but Reynor has enough units to clean this up, and that is a very sexy surround, baby. Let's go. Alright, that is exactly what we want to see from the man who's down 0-2. Depot was lower there for a split second, but Clem is going to raise it. Really good start here for our man who's down 0-2. Basilisk Reynor. Showing us there is life in the young dog yet. Obviously, Clem has a very late third base. Reynor already chilling on 3, going up to 4. By far and away, guys, the best start that Reynor has had. And obviously, Reynor had a good start too on Heartlet, right? But then he died kind of against the Marine tank push, even though that game went on for a little while. And this is a very, very good start. Hey! I felt cold wind. You're creating tornadoes over here. Vicky is very unhappy with the weekly being postponed to Thursday. And then she was like, at least I got Wednesday night, right? And then I signed up to cast 35 PvPs in a row. This is like Friday night. I'm like, Basilisk, big brain boss. It's been a tough week for Vicky. It's gonna be okay, right, babe? I have to go to therapy after this week. The least you guys could do is grant me a Twitch Prime, okay? Starting to get a little rough in the household. No, I'm kidding. Vicky's very chill. She's probably cheering for Reynor. Maybe that's why she's having a tiny sad face at the moment. Even though she likes Clem too. Clem is in her top 10. But Reynor is her number 2. After her man. Yeah, I agree, Hostess. Like, I am not somebody who loses. I mean, I don't want to talk about this in the grand finals, guys. But the TLDR, especially not with a 2-minute delay. But I don't lose sleep over AI. But I do honestly find it pretty fucking scary, man. Like, and it just seems like it's getting more and more scary. And I feel anybody who doesn't find it at least a little bit scary is kind of crazy. Because I feel like we are literally making movies about this like 10 years ago. Be like, haha, it's gonna be fucking insane. As we have banelings, by the way, running into a mineral line, and that is minus 11, 12 SPVs, baby. Reynor gets further and further ahead. It honestly, like, I don't lose sleep over it, but I do find it somewhat frightening. And I don't even know everything that everyone is capable of, but some of the stuff that I see, I'm like, holy fuck, look. I follow a lady that you guys may know. Her name is Serral. She's Swedish. She does great things for charity called Saving the Children and whatnot. She's been around for a very long time. As Clem will just leave, guys. Nothing has gone right for Clem in this game. And the first Ling run by is immediately a victory. Ling run bys are back on the menu. But she has developed some sort of an AI where you can actually like talk to the AI, and then the AI can send pictures and you can have a relationship with the AI. I'm like, holy fuck. Scary. I saw all of it on Instagram. I mean, I know it's a thing, but it's scary. Reynor gets one back on the board, baby. Ben says he loves you. She's smiling, Ben. I couldn't make her smile, but you made her smile. You still got it, Ben. Not a single hair on his head, but he still got it, baby. And Coco is saying that the queen has been detected. She loves you, Coco. She thinks you're awesome. Thank you to Raise FPV for the Twitch Prime. No, not yet, Godzilla. I've had no time, but we will definitely do that. Within now and a week, I promise that we will go ice skating. Now, I do really hope that I don't land on my face, or I break my wrist, or I break my leg right before Katowice, but I'm going to play it very cautious. It's been a solid, I want to say 20, 50, no, probably 20 years that I've gone ice skating. No, actually, I went ice skating in Seoul, South Korea. they had an indoor skating ring, and that was during GUM TV. So 2009 is the last time that I went ice skating. I have pictures. You guys want to see pictures? They are ridiculous. Here we go.
Round 4. Fight.
I'll do intros quickly. I'll see if the opening is normal. If the opening is normal, I'll show you guys a picture of the last time that I went ice skating. In the bottom left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who's still in the lead, but he can bleed. His opening did not work out. His Marines got surrounded, and after that it was a nightmare game. The one, the only.
Really good, Clem.
Top right side of Solaris, we are looking at the main base of the man who finally got a run-by going, and that run-by was good enough immediately to make Clem tap out. This is Jack Frost, aka Basilisk Reynor. We have 2 barracks on the low ground and a hatch first with a spawning pool going down. I'll see very quickly if I can show you guys a picture of the last time that I went ice skating. I think you guys will appreciate this. Documents, pictures, photo, Digicam. Seoul 2009. Here we go. Oh, baby. This is where I live with Todd, by the way, guys. Look at Roddy. What a young gangster. I'm so dumb. Where am I ice skating? I'm ice skating over here with Le Todd. And a Korean guy. I forgot his name. Look at Todd. Todd looks ridiculous. Where am I? Oh, yeah. Look at me. Pink gloves, baby. God, I look dumb. What a donk. All right. That is the last time that I went ice skating, guys. 2009. And we're going to do it this week. Alrighty. Game 4. Solaris. Stonos with 100 bits saying some bits for Vicky as a compensation for no Roddy. You made $1, babe. She's nodding her head and says thank you. Reaper of Clem is gonna make it to the other side of the map. It is 2 Rex and Reaper Expand, so that is the same setup as we had on... Where did we see 2 Rex Reaper, guys? I feel like we saw it on... Well, Side Delta is an opening, I guess, but then we made 2 more Rexes, and then it obviously was very different. GUM TV takes me back. I had a sub for it. But I'm talking about 2009 GUM TV, yeah? Not talking about GSL GUM TV, that was much later, mate. I don't know if I was in shape there, mate, but I was something, okay? Blonde hair, eyebrow piercings, and all of it. So far, Reynor's defense is good. Has not lost anything yet. Also does not have a 3rd hatchery yet, but obviously that's okay. Clem is gonna go up to 3 command centers, so he's gonna play it out very different than on Side Delta. Maybe he thought, tried something else. Went 4 racks, moved out with a couple of Marines, but Reynor was on top of it. Had great spotting overlords, and obviously gave Reynor the heads up that that was pretty serious, and it's a few more Marines than he would normally expect there. I mentioned the Cyclones earlier. We did not get to see any Cyclones on Equilibrium, but we could see them on Solaris. That is definitely Roddy, yeah. Oh, well, it was. What a chat. Just for fun, Dreadlord. It's just a ladder account. Obviously, Reynor is not actually rebranding to Jack Frost. Once his hair is back to normal, I'm sure that he will put the Jack Frost username to shame. Yeah, it was in the middle of a massive shopping mall, slowly. It was very cool. I think they had a shooting range as well. A shooting range that we went to. And an ice ring. Did I hear bits? Yes, you heard bits, Gavis. What up, matey? Why didn't you start a boy bank? Because I can't sing. You guys have heard me sing over the years. Reynor obviously needs to be careful, guys, here right on the edge of creep, but we have a Serral, and maybe it's Clem who needs to be careful, especially near the acceleration zone. Grenade goes down, but Reynor still gets a very good engagement against those Hellions, against those Cyclones. And this is incredibly good link movement, and another good start for Reynor. I know everybody got a little down and a little grim after those first 2 games, but Guys, this grand finals is back on the menu. Sort of race. Yeah, it's funny because in my mind I was like, oh no, actually the last time I went ice skating was not that long ago because I was in Korea for Gum TV. But then I realized that was in 2009 and that is 15 years ago. So it's like, yeah, it was kind of long ago. We'll take some pictures this time around too. But no pink gloves. Warcraft 3 Cobble. Todd and Roddy casted the Gum TV Norton Antivirus World Invitational. With a whole bunch of... it was just an online tournament. People were not actually in Korea. It's just that we had a studio broadcast. Similar to, I guess, how NESL used to run, right? Where you have a studio broadcast, but players play online. Tech Labs and Reactors are exposed. Reynor with his second run-by of the series. I like it, man. I am glad that the run-bys are back. I had a little discussion with Reynor earlier this week, and we spoke about one game. I was like, yeah, kind of sad that the first run-by happened so late. And Reynor says like, yeah, but I don't think run-bys are the way against the kid. And obviously you can't always go for run-bys. If you have a bad start, you need your units at home. I think so far in Game 3 and Game 4, the run-bys are working against the kid. That pick looks better than the demo broken shoulder pick. I have a whole bunch of pictures of Ben and me in Cologne as well. If Reynor wins this game, I'll use that opportunity before opening the game 5 to show you guys some pics. Look at the damage that our boy is finding. Our boy being Reynor, that is, since he is down. 12 SCVs have gone down in total. He doesn't even lose all of the links. He has created a 13 worker lead for himself. 12 more drones are on the way. Isn't it funny how like you can watch two games and you're like, man, Terran looks so fucking good. Like there's nothing you can do. And then you look at two completely different games. You're like, man, Zerk is so good. And this is why I try to limit the balance mining in this channel to a minimum. Because these guys are both incredibly fucking talented video gamers. And once they are on point, they can make the other guy look silly. If one guy is at 100% and the other one is at 95, it can look one-sided because that's just how good and talented these guys are. But as good as Clem can look, that's how good as Reynor can look as well. This time around, Clem was kind of expecting the run by. So he's got an answer for this one. But the beautiful thing about this though is that Reynor is forcing Clem to keep a lot of units at home. And if he's forcing Clem to keep more units at home, Clem cannot drop the third and the natural and the main at the same time, right? Okay, that's fine. Fishy. 140 supply against 140 supply. Yes. We see Clem working on his own upgrades. Reynor obviously doing the same thing. We have a big fight happening between Queens, Marines, and Widow Mines. One Widow Mine connects with a Queen, does not quite kill it. The other two Widow Mines fire as well. I mean, Queens are tanky. They can soak up a Widow Mine shot. But now we do need an Overseer, Reynor. Let's not do Heartlet all over again, as there is another fight happening. I'd love to take a little look at it as soon as I see what happens here. Reynor has an answer. Now he just needs to clean up them Widow Mines, and he does it in time before they can fire again. Reynor looking good. He's getting Burrow as well. I hope it's not a mistake. Sometimes he gets me excited. He fires up Burrow and then he cancels it. But we don't have an infestation pit yet, so I don't think he tried to start up a hive. Clem is going to drop the back of the main base of Reynor. It's getting a little bit awkward here. Some of these fights right on the edge of creep are definitely not Reynor's favorite fights, but Reynor has bases for days. Do we have some Widowmine friendly fire? He's actually going to force Clem to on-burrow. That Widowmine does deal some friendly fire. The medevacs are still stuck behind the natural and main, but in the end they will find a tiny corner to unload. Not the prettiest fight here for Lynx. I do think the Lynx can clean this up in the end. What do we got here? Widowmines again, friendly fire, but also killing a lot of things. I think Reynor's doing good. Leave a couple Lynx in the low ground, Reynor. You're good enough for that. As one of the Queens guns down a medevac. The other medevac, lone HP, Spore Crawler from downtown, does not get the final shot off. Do we have Burrow yet? Oh, baby. He knows how excited I get over burrowed banelings, guys. There is nothing I love more. Only Elaser ever truly satisfies my needs. when it comes to the burrowed baneling. Still talking about burrowed baneling. If Station Pit is going down now as well, burrow is done. I'm going to see where Reynor is going to decide to burrow his banelings. Clem throws down a scan. Wants to keep an eye on that army. Widow mine here. Good split by Reynor. There's another one that actually gets a decent connection, but there's one more that actually only gets a couple. Very good defense, and the overseer is nearby to clean them up immediately. Yeah. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ay, ay, ay.
This is #1 bullshit.
That's fucking illegal.
I don't know how that shot went off, but it did. The Widowmine picks up 23 kills immediately as Reynor loses more banelings to that Widowmine shot as he did throughout the entirety of this game. And that is obviously scary as we're getting more and more. Maybe we can take out these rocks, Reyn. I know you were working on it earlier, but like if you take out these rocks, you can actually sneak behind. And you can drag these Widowmine shots into the Terran army as well. As two fights are happening at once. Reynor does a lot of Archon practice. Clem is just Clem, and he's also as quick as all of these other nerds combined. I mean, it's insane, right, how they're micro. No matter where I look, it feels that they are paying attention and they're moving their units. Like, how is that even humanly possible? Because normally when a game gets this chaotic and this crazy, if I take a look at 3 different things, one of them is supposed to look silly. But these guys, they just never look silly. Couple of Marines get unloaded and get the kill. This time around, Reynor does look a tiny bit silly as he did not pay attention to that. There is an overseer that's going to soak up some of these shots. There is a sensor tower that Reynor will take care of. Hydras are in a bit of a pickle. Can Reynor kill the PF with just links? I'm afraid that the answer is no. Uh-oh. Reynor losing a lot of Zerglings there, and he's obviously not going to get it. I want to say he doesn't even get close. Not my favorite attempt there in dealing damage, but Baron Banelings on the ramp do connect with a whole bunch of Marines. Didn't even see those. And there are a few more here in the back. Clem throws down a scan, and he is so close to them. He is close, but he's not quite. Reynor should move his army here. Yes, because that's where you can... Oh, use him then. Why doesn't he use them? It's okay. Maybe he wants to wait. He wants more. So there's another big fight happening. That's probably why he's not using them. I mean, there's just so much. Now Reynor has rotated his army into the third. Kill that sensor tower. Always kill the sensor tower if you have the chance. Oh, Reynor's army is kind of stuck. Who is surrounding who? Who's flanking who? There's widow mines on the ramp. This is just wild. So many weird little things happening now at once. Those rocks are somehow still alive, and I really wish that Reynor would have taken them out. As that command center has landed in a weird spot. Not where it's supposed to be. Reynor has Hive, but what he does not have, guys, is Adrenal Glands. If we're building this many links, we got 66 links out on the map. Already lost 330 of them. I would love to see Adrenal Glands. He's going to push the army on top of the burrowed banelings. Is it happening? There's another big fight in the third. Yay. Clem's so good. Clem never dies. Reynor, get Adrenal. Reynor is often very late on Adrenal Glands. He needs to work on it. What do we got here? Burrowed Zerglings. Keep an eye on the army, I guess. It's a lot of Hydras and Lings, +3 melees on the way. I would love to see Reynor be able to split off a couple of Lings and run into that third base, because that is not a planetary fortress. That is obviously an Orbitor, and that's where the Lings can shine. Reynor is rich, Clem is not all that rich, but both of the nerds are maxed out. 3 Lurkers are on the way. Clem is going to try to make some magic happen over here, but low HP Bio cannot stick around forever. Clem has 4 hands. I'm pretty sure both of them are absolute freaks. Never seen either of them without a shirt. I'm sure they have multiple arms. Actually, that's not true. We did Home Story Cup 20 in Tropical Islands. They only have 2 arms, guys. And 2 hands. Fuck, it's weird. Clem throws down his scan and he's like, what? Alright. It's funny because Reynor just selected them as well, which made me laugh. Still no Adrenal Glands for Reynor. That's real painful, guys. It is one of the most important upgrades in the game. When Reynor was casting StarCraft every single day in the year 2010 or 2011, he would remind you guys in every Day 9 Daily and every TVZ that Adrenal Glands was the most important upgrade in the game. Ah, damn it. I think it's Drilling Claws, by the way, personally, but... As that Wither Mine was already burrowed, so even without drilling claws, it gets the job done. A couple of lurkers are going to create chaos, and this is where Reynor is going to try to send it with Lings and Veins and Hydras. As Overseers are here to reveal the Wither Mines, and Clem probably having a little flashback of that Solaris game that he had against Serral in those Europe regionals. And Serral all of a sudden just won. That was a weird one, eh? Where it's like, oh, it's Clem, it's Clem, it's Clem. Just kidding, lurker. Serral wins. We're like, what? Scan goes down. First lurker dies. Second lurker dies. But we have a big old Zerg party over here. And as I said earlier, this is an orbital. There is no planetary. Even without adrenal glands, Reynor is doing incredibly good in this game. Now, wouldn't life be a whole lot better if we are going up to 106 Zerglings? Yeah! There you go, mate. 5 minutes late. But as Drake once upon a time said, better late than never. But never late is better. A ghost gets surrounded. The second ghost gets surrounded. It is obviously important for Reynor to keep up the aggression. We never want to let Clem stabilize and get a whole bunch of ghosts out. Clem becomes an absolute monster if you do that. Ghost count at the moment is 8, but 8 ghosts can struggle with a whole bunch of lurkers. Ooh, there's a speed zone here, so these marines get in range. It's a shame that the rest of Reynor's army is not here. So these lurkers are doing their thing. They're trying to buy time. Here come the Vipers. Here come the Lings. Here come Banelings as well. And it's going to force Clem to pick up a lot of these units, which is going to expose the rest of the units that were left behind. There is one more lurker that could burrow, will burrow. Tiny marine drop in the bottom right side is very successful. But Clem looks like he is on wobbly legs over here. Reynor's got him right where he wants. And Adreno never even finished up for all of it. Obviously, he is spending a lot of money too, but more ghosts are dying. 7 ghosts have already died. 7 do remain. And anytime Clem has more than 3 ghosts on the map, I refuse to call a game over. Look at Reynor, by the way. Using the buffed Viper of a low HP hatchery so he doesn't kill his own hatchery. Can you guys believe it? They buffed the Viper. What a lie. Widow Mines will connect. The SCVs are stacked up and there are so many Lings. There are so many Banelings, and Clem is about to lose 20 or so SCVs here. It's actually only 10. It looked more. There's a Widow Mine there. That is terrifying. But that Widow Mine will not go off. I believe we will get what the people want and what the people deserve. And what the people need. And that is a game 5 between Reynor and Clem here tonight. It didn't look like it. Oh my goodness. A Widow Mine shot for the ages, but it does not matter. I guess 32 Lings went down. It is Reynor who wins an 18-minute game. 647 Lings went down. 61 Widow Mines went down. The Ling run-bys are back on the menu. The most important upgrade in the game has to be Stim. No, I think it's impossible to say what the most important upgrade of the game is, because it obviously varies, right? What kind of a matchup, what kind of a game, how deep you are into a game. Like, there are moments where Charge is the most important upgrade in the game. There are moments where it's definitely Stim. I think Stim would be a front runner. I personally would vote for +2 air weapons, but that's just me. You guys know I have a bit of an obsession with it. Since this finals has been going on for a little while, I'm going to go ahead and take one tiny break, because I want to make sure Twitch does not run accidentally some ads in the middle of a long game 5. See you guys in 3 minutes. I am back. Let's do it. Game 5, Alcyone. And if you guys are enjoying this, we're doing it all over again tomorrow. Main event of the big brain bouts. It is Reynor versus Clem. That was determined a couple of days ago, so it's just a coincidence. So we're getting it 2 days in a row. The score is 2-2. We're all tied up. I said winning 3 games in a row against Clem pretty much feels impossible. Reynor wants to show us that nothing is impossible.
Final round. Fight!
Top right side opening up with 2 Rexes. 1 on the low ground, 1 on the high ground. This is the one, the only Liquid Claymore. Team Liquid's Clem. Bottom left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who goes by Jack Frost these days, but that's obviously just temporary. You guys know him as Basilisk, Reynor. Thank you to Wesley Barrios for the 19 months. Really appreciate the love today, guys. We had a whole bunch of subs, resubs, $1 in bits as well. 3 buckies from a man who had a question. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow morning early for another day of the Masters Coliseum with a couple of great games that we can look forward to. I'll see you guys then. And then, of course, we have the Basilisk Big Rim bouts tomorrow starting at 6 p.m. with Steadfast, our Canadian caster, playing in the opening match of the evening against our man No Mercy, a German Terran who's playing for the first time ever. Reynor's little brother is playing tomorrow night as well, right before Reynor plays. As he is going to play a TVP against Night Phoenix. He did not want to play Night Phoenix, so I gave him Night Phoenix. It's been a while since Night Phoenix plays, and he kept on asking me, so I said, sure, why not? Also, Ione, 4 Reapers working on this hatch. This hatch is taking a serious amount of damage, and the grenades are going to be very annoying. Reynor probably should have split up his queens there a little bit, as another grenade is going to bounce these queens back one more time. Link speed is 15 seconds away from finishing up. Clem seems determined. I don't think he can get it. He might get a queen. He's now thinking about getting a queen. Actually goes for a lot of the links. There's one Reaper that's going to give him high ground vision. He's keeping that Reaper there on purpose. So he had high ground vision for a little while longer, but it is not good enough to get the kill on the hatchery. Thank you, Axis Swiper, too, for our 1 year anniversary, mate. Beautiful. Get you some flowers. Link speed is done, and that obviously makes it a little bit easier. We should not lose this hatch anymore. Clem is going to see if he can get lucky, and maybe Reynor his links are out of position, but that is not happening. Reynor is Clem, better than Max Pack is Clem. Alright. Sure, that's the conclusion we can all get behind. Jack Frost is related to somebody from the Disney movie called... Which one is it? Not I want to say Avatar, but that's not a Disney movie. I hope Ben is no longer here. He's gonna make fun of me again. What is that Disney movie called? Let It Be, Let It Be? That one? No, that's the Beatles. Fuck! What is that song? The one on the MC song. Oh my goodness. I don't even know that. What is that Disney movie with the girl singing? Oh. Okay, I thought it was Frozen, but Vicky says that Jack Frost is not from Frozen, so I don't know. TLDR, it's a character that has very blonde, white hair, and that's why Reynor temporarily named himself Jack Frost. Queens are battling a lot of Reapers and Hellions, and Clem is so incredibly good in this stuff, as the grenades are always where they are supposed to be. The first queen has fallen, but in return 3 Reapers have now died, so... Steadfast vs Op 3 would be a fun one. I tried to make that happen once, but back then they were not down. I always love watching Cell, so we'll see if we can find a nice opponent for Op 3 one of these days again. And he does seem pretty much always eager to play best of 5. Clem loads up 10 Marines. Is it 10? No, it's 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. Reynor has a bunch of links ready for a first run-by attempt, perhaps, of the game. Depot is lowered. Depot stays lowered. Run-bys are back on the menu. It's a perfect moment for these links to show up as well. The Wintermines burrow, but they have to unburrow. Otherwise, they would have blown up a whole bunch of SCVs. And Reynor is relentless in game 3, 4, and 5 when it comes to getting into the main base and making life hell. Look at how good he is in splitting up these links, sending them back into the natural, sending them back into the main. And Widowmine has fired as well. Clem is losing a lot, man. He's losing way too much as there are links in the third base now as well. Is Reynor actually doing what I thought was impossible? And that is being down 0-2 against Clem. The Terran Viners were out in full force in the chat. Terran unbeatable, Terran invincible, Terran this, Terran that. Well, it shows, guys, that maybe it is possible. Clem lost in the most recent edition of the Grand Finals against MaxPax. That was a 3-0 victory for MaxPax. Is Clem going to lose 2 finals in a row? Man, what a turnaround. I'll be honest, I did not believe, guys. And that's why I used the word almost impossible. Or maybe I said it feels like it's impossible. I didn't say it was. But it did feel like it. Reynor gets a picture-perfect cleanup on the Aliens and the Reapers as well. And it really does feel like the wheels came off a little bit for Clem. Now, Clem obviously is a warrior, and we can't count him out just yet. But, man, what a crazy turn of events. I would like to honestly know from anyone in the chat, does any of you guys believe that... did any of you guys believe that Reynor could successfully turn this around after he was down 0-2? I mean, I'm the biggest Reynor fanboy out there, but I did not really think that this was going to happen. Thank you, Ben. See? Blanca and the Hulk, mate. We both don't know who Jack Frost is. This happens to the best of us. This is maybe not the prettiest fight here in the center, but Reynor has a crazy amount of units. There is another run-by happening. Clem is also getting on top of this base. And now I want to see who is going to kill more. Let's take a look at these banelings first. Nice split on the first SCVs. No split. Well, tiny bit of a late split on the second. 13 SCVs have come down. I know they're still battling on the left. Make it 20. We have Lynx in the main base again. So Clem has lost 23 workers. All the Widow Mines were left behind. Reynor should send an overseer here. He's got 2 overseers out on the map. And I don't even know what happened to Clem's army here, guys. I feel like Clem had some bio units too. Maybe he picked up. I don't know. So they thought that he was going to kill that base, but he didn't. Feels like it's done. Reynor is going to do what very few people thought I think was possible. And that is win 3 ZVTs in a row against the kid that just feels invincible. And it's run by after run by after run by that really has started turning things around. We make our way into the natural for the 5th time in this game. We're going to split the links up again. Links in the main, links in the natural, and obviously keep an eye on the minimap. Because while this is happening, Reynor wouldn't be Reynor if he's not going to try to get on top of the 3rd base as well. There is bio left though. There are Widow Mines left. Reynor needs to be a tiny bit careful. He is investing a lot. Widow Mines get blown up by the Banes. There are more Banelings left over. Is this it? Can those Banes connect? There is a Widow Mine trying to keep it safe. The Marines are very low on HP. There are 7 medevacs, so it shouldn't be low on HP. Clem is actually defending this, guys, in a picture-perfect manner. Combat Shield feels very late, by the way. Is that something that just went terribly wrong somewhere? Combat Shield is very late. Ian Blue says, I still don't believe. I mean, Reynor definitely got maybe a tiny bit reckless there towards the end. Running through the mines here, running into some mines here, but it's obviously, it is still working out. We're getting Burrow now too. It is a 10-minute game in which Reynor has killed 46 SCVs, guys. We see plenty of 10-minute ZVTs where the Zergs kill 0 SCVs. So killing 46 is massive. Oh, I love that, by the way. 1 Hellbat. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's incredibly difficult to deal with. Clem is wondering if there is a tiny opening in the corner of the main of Reynor. There is not. Reynor has been a little low on the drones. I think kind of thought that he was just going to get Clem out of there. It's not going to be that easy. I still think I like it for Reynor, but he is starting to look very scary now on the supply cap. Boom. As that tiny Baneling run by does not connect either. Widowmine says denied. Ah, Clem is back. Ian Blue, mate, 2 minutes ago you said you still don't believe. Ian Blue is a genius. Well, we already knew that. No, we are still gonna battle, guys. This is far from over. It looked like it was almost over, but Clem just did the best fucking job ever in defending the main, natural, and 3rd at the same time against Lynx and Banes, and a crazy amount of them too. And building SCVs non-stop. Clem is back on the menu too. Everybody's back on the menu. And don't forget, in less than 24 hours, we're gonna do it all over again as those Banelings do connect. Reynor versus Clem tomorrow, give or take 9 PM Central European time. This is gonna be painful, but actually it's not that painful. I thought it was gonna be painful. Ooh, there's burrowed Banelings here, by the way. Clem is going to unload Marines on top of burrowed Banelings. Oh baby, Reynor, that's so cool. That is so fucking cool. I have not really seen burrowed Banelings used like that. I was probably wondering, WTF, I even have to scan here? Yes, apparently you do. But Clem is still here with a bunch of Marines, and he's gonna get Queens, he's gonna get the drones. Such a heroic effort by Clem, man, to turn this into the game that it now currently is, where he is even up in supply. Reynor does fire up a hive, is wondering if he can make magic happen here. Is wondering if he can make magic happen here. So many mines, 17 Widow Mines with Drilling Claws. Reynor does manage to dive on top of a couple of them, but a few of them will fire. There's so much happening. What the hell? These guys, we are gaming. It is just a European Pro Tour Weekly, but imagine if these guys can put on a show like this at a live event, like the ESL Spring Championships or IEM Katowice. Wouldn't that be amazing? In less than 3 weeks, it is time for all of us to go to Poland and watch the best StarCraft 2 players on this planet duke it out in front of a very passionate and awesome crowd. And I can't wait. I hope we get to see a whole bunch of games like this, a whole bunch of series like this, where it feels that it is all Reynor, or it feels that it's all Clem at first. And all of a sudden it's all Reynor, but then Clem is showing us that he will never say die either. Reynor is hitting us with the double lurker then, and it's right next to each other, so I do think it's on purpose. Maybe he just feels that this game is on such a knife's edge where if he can just get both of those lurkers upgrades as quickly as possible, he can get on top of that fourth base. There's a bunch of burrowed banelings on the on the bridge here. Clem is kind of avoiding it, but he's not paying attention. That's not something we say very often. Oh my goodness, where are those? I didn't even see those. The Widow Mines do somehow fire through the side blocker, so both players taking some severe losses. Clem throws down a scan, sees some of the banelings, didn't see those. Reynor, push it, force him to run back, boom! Perfect, burrowed banelings once more, but there are more burrowed Widow Mines too that find good connections. The two lurker dens are about to come online. Reynor needs to be so careful against these Widow Mines, but obviously he knows that Clem still has an army out on the map as well. Does Reynor have enough banes to blow up the PF? You would say yes, right? If this is not enough, then it's never enough. I mean, that's obviously a lot, but he does get the kill. Can the Queen save the day? We need transfuse. There is energy on it. There come your transfuse. First lurker upgrade is on the way, and if we get double lurker den, I would like to see two lurker dens research their upgrades at the same time. Clem obviously has taken severe economic losses, so he does not have Ghost. Nice around. I love how there's one rolling bailing over there. It's like, hey guys, what's up? I miss y'all. That bailing went to the club, guys, and lost all of his friends, but randomly found them again at 6 AM. Like, you guys won't believe the night I had. We're Medevacs dying to Widow Mines now. What is that? Those are just chainlings. Kingslings. More SCVs die. Reynor does not quite want to go for that PF. I still think that Reynor is looking very good. It's a shame that he went double lurker then, but then he only used one of them. Otherwise, he could have had both of the lurker upgrades ready at the moment. And not just having one or two lurkers. Clem throws down the scan and he's going to pull a demo as he stims forward. Stimming forward into one lurker is a thing. Stimming forward into 5+ lurkers, another thing. A little bit of a missed opportunity on that one, guys. But Clem is in trouble, man, because I don't know how he's going to deal with all these lurkers over Reynor. We don't have the economy to have a bunch of ghosts ready, to have a bunch of liberators with advanced ballistics. As there is a tiny Widow Mine drop with drilling claws, but that's not going to come online in time. An absolutely epic grand finals between these two. Starting to look like it's going Reynor's way. That shot is decent. That one is going to be even better. Well, we do have lurkers now in range of the planetary. Clem is going to take a look and says, 2 lurkers, I believe that I can deal with that. And that is correct. And at the same time, he is YOLOing the rest of his army into the triangle base of Reynor. All the queens are here. Overlords dragging Widow Mine shots above the bio army. And that is going to force them to pick up. It is 4th of July over here. Widow Mine shots left, right, and center. Now suddenly Clem is ahead in supply again. WTF, as we have another Widow Mine drop and another Widow Mine shot. It's 2 workers that go down. Reynor is working on that debris. Finally makes his way through. Man, just when you think that Reynor has it in the bag because he's about to show over 10 lurkers, it is actually Clem who just makes all hell break loose and says, no, I can deal economic damage too, and is still gonna deal economic damage. 44 Widow Mines have gone down. A Lewis Hamilton amount of Widow Mines. Reynor says, alright, I think it's my time again. It's gonna be hard here though. There is something happening in the top left, there is something happening in the bottom, but I want to show you guys this attempt of a run by, but this was not it. And now the main base of Reynor is actually in a bit of shambles as he drops to 59 workers, loses the spawning pool, and just like in that other game, guys, we do not have adrenal glands. We have 73 Zerglings, we've had Hive Tech for a little while, we don't have adrenal glands. And now obviously Clem says, hey, I do have time to drop a Ghost Academy, I do have time to get Ghost. What an insane game. What an insane best of 5 between these two. Maybe hold position? Nah, it's gonna get scanned anyway. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's a cute idea, but it's not gonna happen. I hope that Reynor checks his spawning pool after it finishes up, but the link traits are not good. It's +2 melee Zerglings, +2 carapace against 3-3 bio, and the Lings do not have Adreno. Clem throws down a scan, stims forward, spreads his units, and kills another lurker or two. Tiny Ling run by attempt on top of these SCVs, but Reynor is in trouble, has successfully rebuilt the spawning pool, but still does not have Adreno glands. Oh, it is hold position lurkers, and Clem scans, but it's a little bit too late, everything gets obliterated. Man, this is a fucking highlight reel. If you don't know any better, you would think that these guys are just trying to make each other look awesome, as both of them have absolutely fantastic moments. And now all of a sudden, Reynor is a tiny bit ahead again in the supply, not a whole lot, but a tiny bit. I did not think that hold position lurk was going to be a thing. I mentioned it, but I was like, nah, Kevin, that's stupid. Because Clem has been scanning anyway for burrowed banelings, but it was a thing and it worked out to a T. What a great game 5 between these two. Still no Adreno glands though. I know I sound like a broken record, guys, but Reynor has lost 615 links in this game. Now I know a lot of them went down when he didn't have hive tech, but I think the last 200 or so that have died, he did have hive tech. We're now going to try to make magic happen with the 11 lurkers. Clem has 10 ghosts. It's so hard to kill Clem when he has 10 ghosts, especially near a planetary, near all these widow mines. I am concerned for Reynor, but Reynor keeps on surprising us tonight. Does take care of a couple of the widow mines, gets a ghost there as well. Lurkers keep on connecting. Maybe we can unburrow these links just to create a tiny bit of a distraction. Still widow mines firing, this time around in the center of the map. There are 18 maps left on the widow mine. On the map, sorry. There are 18 widow mines left on the map, and 58 widow mines have already fallen. No area is safe for Reynor. No matter where he goes, where he looks, where he moves his units, there are widow mines everywhere. Of course he doesn't have a Adreno. He doesn't have a spawning pool, lol. Mate, he had a spawning pool for like 3 minutes of having hype test. Don't be silly. And he wasn't researching it when it went down. Such a silly comment, mate. Let it go. Hey, that's the song. Let it go, let it go. Knew I'd get there. Does he still not have a spawning pool, by the way, mate? You know, we've now lost 650 links. We got 93 links out on the map. We're getting +3 carapace. We're getting +3 melee. Is there just no spawning pool? Where is it? If only he had a spawning pool, guys. He would be able to get Adreno glands. What are you waiting for? Build that pool. Sometimes, mate. An insanely cool best of 5 between these two players. Who does it belong to? Somehow, some way, we find ourselves in a 22-minute game now, where both players are maxed out. Reynor has a bit of money in the bank. He's going to create chaos with burrowed lurkers. Clem still has widow mines. Left, right, and center. We're looking at 21 widow mines at the moment that are scattered around the map. Reynor has the lurkers behind mineral lines. Has now 105 links. Links are good in surrounding ghosts. This is once more where it would be lovely to have that high tech upgrade. Fighting near a planetary is painful. Lurkers going for a bit of a YOLO run by in the middle of all these bases. And hey, if you get a couple of ghosts, this is obviously not a bad trade. Because there are scenarios where you're going to run these lurkers in and you won't kill anything. Those burrowed zerglings are still there. 6 drones end up dying to a Liberator. And a fusion core is on the way as well. Reynor probably doesn't want to deal with ghosts and Liberators with advanced ballistics. The link count is proper high, which obviously means that if you get to wrap around on these ghosts, it could be sick. We're going to drop an early parabomb. Clem finds that medevac immediately. Blinding Cloud gets dropped in the PF as well, but it's still firing, because, I don't know, it is. Meanwhile, Clem says, if you want to take out my gold, I'll take out your gold. Couple of burrowed banelings get left behind, but the burrowed banelings do get found. What are you complaining about, Mango Mosh? What's bothering you, mate? What's the story? You angry with Terran? Is that what it is? By the way, guys, Reynor still doesn't have a spawning pool. Why does he just not get a spawning pool so Roddy can shut the fuck up about Adrenal glands. 120 links on the map with +3 carapace and a +3 melee. We are now looking at 800 links that have gone down. It's a bloody shame that the man refuses to get a spawning pool, as we have another Widowmine drop in the top left side. The buffed Viper makes an appearance, as it's going to damage the extractor, but it will not kill it because it got buffed. Oh. Man, Reynor and no Adreno is really turning into a thing. A while ago, as he does get a nice wraparound here, maybe he notices at this point where he's like, wait a minute, I feel like I should have killed those units quicker. There are plenty of Widowmines left to still fire. And that is a painful one, guys, as Reynor loses another 100 or so Zerglings. We had 120 links, we're now down to 40. He loses a bunch of Banelings as well, does not get the kill. There's a reason why Adrenal Glands is a high-tech upgrade, guys, and that is because it's incredibly fucking good. It makes the links so much more powerful. It actually allows the links to battle units like Ghosts, Marines, and Marauders if they do manage to get on top of them. If it wasn't that impactful, it would have been a lair tech upgrade, or maybe even a hatchery tech upgrade, but it really makes a night and day difference. I don't even know the numbers, but I think it's like a 40% attack increase, which is just crazy, especially when you're walking around with this many links. A little while ago, Reynor played a series that I casted where he also didn't get it. And I did for like 9 minutes or so. Then in the end, he got it and he won. I was like, yeah, you forgot Adreno. He's like, nah, I didn't forget it. Just put on a show for the fans. I don't know if he's trying to do that again. I mean, in his defense, he does not have a spawning pool. So this is very difficult at the moment. But hello, Damu. I always like it when we get close to a Katowice, and I know that my board Benny is passionate. Spends a little more time in the Roddy stream, makes me happy, Ben. I hope Aster is doing great. Ooh, Sharking Infestor, Lenza Burrow, Widowmine steal a bit of friendly fire as well. But it's still a crazy amount of links dying too. Roddy's jokes are on delay. Yep, we have a 2-minute delay, mate. We are closing in on the moment where Reynor is going to lose over 1,000 links. When these kids were like 17 or 18, they played against each other quite often. And I remember the first time we saw like 2,000 links die. We were like, oh my god, that's crazy. And now obviously we are witnessing a truly epic and cool, fantastic grand finals. Well, we know that it's not the first time that 1,000 links will die. I think so. Funny that you mentioned that, Dudas, because I'm talking about it and I know I'm 2 minutes ahead of you. But yeah, I do think we're going to get there, especially with Widowmines connecting left, right, and towards the top left. Not quite in the center. 32 additional links on the way. Hydras are gonna battle Ghosts, Marines, and Marauders. What was the Viper buff? The Viper buff is a bit of a meme, mate. It's not really a Viper buff, but now if you use that leeching ability, whatever it's called, it deals less damage to your own buildings. Reynor will end up losing the gold one more time. We call it the Viper buff because there was a tiny bit of outrage among some streamers and community members. Like, what the fuck? They buffed the Viper, the one unit that's already dominating everything? It's like, that is not a buff. It's like a quality of life change. It's not actually a buff. Widowmines connect again as a bunch of links get blown up. 2 more Widowmines will fire. We have now lost over 1,000 links, guys. 1,044 44 links have gone down. Impressive. Without a you-know-what. Oh, Reynor. I wonder if it could have made the difference, guys. It is obviously hard to say. There were moments where Reynor looked fantastic in this game. There were moments where it looked like he was winning. But after 27 minutes, and I think at this point close to 1,100 Zerglings dying, 30 Lurk is dying as well. That is a crazy amount because it kind of felt like we lost a couple here, we lost a couple of there. Both players looked fantastic tonight. Clem looked dominant and convincing in game 1 and 2. But game 3 and 4, Reynor showed. And it's not over yet. And perhaps the initial statement does kind of stand that it is borderline impossible to win 3 in a row if you fall down 0-2. But I think we all agree that Reynor had possibilities in this game and that it even looked like he was going to win. Let it go. Nobody cares about spawning point anymore. But I care, mate. I just wish there was one. I go full WTL Observer on you. You, sir, do not get to tell me what I care about on my channel. And you cannot speak for me. So you know what? As Reynor is down 57 supply, I will keep on searching for that spawning pool. Armin van Buren made an album once upon a time called In Search of Sunrise. Good album, by the way. And Trance was making a bit of a, I don't know, appearance in the Western world. Started to become more popular. I am in search of a you know what. How dare you, Roddy, try to have fun. As a couple of fungals do land, Reynor gets one more good fight, even though I'm afraid it's a little bit too late. Clem, I think, is just too far ahead. Too rich, too well set up, and his army is better than it's ever been before. But, yeah. Mate, I've casted like 140 hours of StarCraft in the month of January alone. If I want to have some fun, let me have some fun. In the end, it is Clem who wins Game 5 after a 29-minute banger. 1130 something links died, 84 Widow Mines went down, 36 Lurkers. We had a couple of Infestors and Vipers die as well. And absolutely awesome 5th game. Thought Reynor was gonna win it. At one point I really believed. But in the end, Clem just refuses to die. Great series. And in less than 24 hours, basically 22 hours, we're gonna do it all over again, guys. Main event of the Basilisk Big Brain Belts number 46. So, yeah, we can have a good time.